Explain a little bit about the effect that your mum's alcoholism had on you during your childhood.
Well, I would say it's just the most horrendous addiction, and it affects children in many different ways. And, you know, the effects of the alcohol addiction can be prevalent right on into sort of further life, as has happened to me. Thankfully, you know, I don't drink, not that much anyway, and I've got a daughter who's, you know, my priority in my life. But the effects of alcohol addiction when you're growing up are just horrific. And, you know, can really be very, very sad for the children growing up in a situation where they feel lost, lonely. There's a lot of shame, an awful lot of stigma still surrounding, you know, this terrible addiction.
Day to day, what was it like for you, though, as a young child who has a mother with an addiction like that? What were you having to do to cope?
Well, you have to cover things up. You have to deal with all the rubbish that's going on at home, the arguments, the drinking, the lack of parental support at home, compassion, knowledge about what's going on at school. And then you have to go into school and you have to perform, and you have to make sure that you get your exams and you do all your piano practice or your swimming, and that you strive to achieve everything that you need to do at school to kind of get by with your siblings and your compatriots at school. But really the underlying thing is that you're covering up something that is so dreadfully sad, and you are trying to kind of succeed in your own life whilst obviously dealing with all the issues that go on when you're growing up within such a horrific environment, which can be very, very damaging.
And I know that you campaign to ensure that sort of, you know, children know that there is help out there, so that there's more understanding about this. Do you think that there's been much of a change over the years? Are we in a position now where it's more talked about, there is more help available?
I think possibly, obviously, the emergence of charities such as Childline. I do a lot of work for a charity called COPE, which stands for Children of Addicted Parents, and that's an online forum for children to be able to contact anonymously if they need to. There are trained counsellors and mentors. There are message boards. I mean, there's, you know, thousands and thousands of children ring in or write messages on their message boards, and we know that this is a growing number. And I go out to schools and I do outreach in schools voluntarily for the charity, because obviously I'm just passionate about the children, and to raise awareness of the fact that parental addiction obviously is terrible for the people with the addiction, but these children are just the forgotten victims, and I just find it so very, very sad, you know, that there's nothing more done by the government to help these children. I mean, it's just appalling. You know, schools need to know more about it, doctors. There has to be something or somewhere, somebody that will help these children when they need, you know, help.
So there's more of a support network around them. Giselle Mannering, thanks ever so much for coming in to talk to us about that.
Thank you.